To be honest with you, you guys have a really good training platform. I've taken a lot of training, online training. And so what I like the way that the videos were short, right to the point. You could go back and cross-reference, everything is there.
If you could go ahead and introduce yourself real quick, tell us a little bit about you, your company, maybe how long you've been in the industry.
Okay. I'm Houston, Texas, and my husband and I, we've been in this industry since 2012. And we've owned franchises in California. We've done quite a bit of things, and we end up doing the virtual thing. So that's where we are now in the virtual space.
So you're doing virtual tax prep right now. No brick and mortars anymore, 100% online?
100%.
Awesome.
Yep.
So prior to joining the Service Bureau Accelerator, did you know what a Service Bureau was? Did you ever look into it? Like, what was your history or background before joining?
No, I did not know what a Service Bureau was. I just know I wanted my software to be branded. I didn't want someone else's name on the software. So I was paying for it, but I didn't, I just had my name on it. I didn't have any controls or anything like that. Yes.
Want to speak a little bit about the differences between how you were set up before to how it is now?
Yeah. So before I had to, even for the way that I do the tax app, I give all of my preparers have codes. And so the lady that the other software that I was under, she would have to pull a report from me twice a day so I could see whose name was under, so I had no control and I wasn't able to do that. And I had to wait on my Service Bureau fees, which I didn't know that's what I was waiting on. They called it something else, some kind of incentive, right? And so I had to wait till the summertime or July or whenever, and then I get it again in October. And that was really it. It was kind of not very, and the support wasn't very great. It was pretty bad.
Got it. We'll get to more
okay.
on that here in a bit. So that being said, so you're under somebody else. You didn't have access to your reports. You had to wait for them to send you stuff. That's probably a big bottleneck. But aside from that, once you learn about our program, I know you kind of learned about it a bit late in the season of signing up, right? Mm-hmm. So what made you really interested in wanting to join the Service Bureau Accelerator?
Well, to be honest with you, I saw you guys. I had been seeing your ad on Facebook, and it kind of sparked my interest. So I clicked on it, and I saw that you guys really have a system. And because I have a real estate brokerage, and I understand that a system is what you need, until you have a system, you're just kind of hustling, and I'm ready to put my system into place. And I felt like I could do that with you guys. And then once I met you guys, I felt like, okay, you guys seem trustworthy, and it seemed like you had your stuff together. So that's why that's what made me want to join. And I got paid more.
You made more money.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you made more money. So
right.
For those of people watching, I don't know the exact numbers like your prior deal. Like, I just know that the numbers that you were paying and software, transmission fees, all that stuff, charging the same amount to your customer this year.
Yeah.
I think you're making, what was it, an extra $40 or was it $30? What was the exact number?
Like an extra $40.
So there's a $40 difference per bank product, right?
No,
per bank product.
Per bank product. I'm sorry about that.
So that right there is huge because, aside from just, and I know you got started late, so you didn't have a chance to really go market this business yet. So You'll get to that this coming off season.
I sure will, yes.
But that being said, just knowing that, hey, on I think you do fairly well, a couple hundred returns, right? The 200, 300, 400 range you're gonna end up on.
Mm-hmm.
Just on that business alone, times $40 more than you would have gotten the year before.
Yes, so it's a big chunk. It's not not anything to sneeze at.
Oh,
I don't.
Sure,
yeah.
It's not nothing.
I'm happy. I mean, I'm happy. I was like, oh, you signed me up. Yeah.
So that on top of now having full access control,
yes.
being able to do everything you want without having to ask for somebody to help you set something up, aside of, hey, I don't know how to do this yet, can you show me? That's different than, hey, I need you to do this for me because I don't have access. Right? It's
exactly, especially at the height of the tax season.
Right,
everyone's busy, right? So
right, yeah, the last thing I want to do is have to run reports for people. Right? that's not fun.
No.
So we'd rather, the way we position everything is give you guys are set up self-sufficient. We're here to help you, and we'll get to training and support here in a second. We're here to help you for any questions you have, or if you need to know how to do something. But once you know how to do it, or you do it a couple of times, you'll never need to bother us with that again, and you'll be more confident and self-sufficient.
Right.
So that being said, let's dive into some of the training. So you said you were looking for a system, right? You did start kind of late, so you didn't get to put in the whole system in place yet, but I'm pretty sure you went through all the stuff. You're the type of person that I know you're like, hey, I'm going through everything, I want to understand it. So give us some of your feedback or experiences on the training aspect, and you can talk any side of the training.
So to be honest with you, you guys have a really good training platform. I've taken a lot of training, online training, and so I like the way that the videos are short, right to the point. You could go back and cross-reference, everything is there. I have no complaints. Like I hate that I started so late. That's my only complaint.
You should have clicked on the ad sooner.
Right. And even though, I like that you guys are overachievers to me, because you have calls almost every day. I couldn't keep up with it. It was just always. So you cannot say that you guys didn't have, if someone didn't achieve, it's just because they didn't, maybe because it is a lot. It was a learning curve. It really was, but I'm ready to rock and roll.
Right. Yeah, no, that gets intimidating, especially by the time you join, everything was there. You're like, oh shit, where do I begin? Right. So actually that's something that you brought up that we're adjusting for next year, so it's not that overwhelmed. How do we help people that join, instead of signing up and seeing everything, just where, depending on what path you want to take, because there's multiple paths to take, maybe you only see these things, right, until you're ready for the next step. Right. So it'll kind of help disseminate the information better, right? And that I think that'll help a lot for people as they join. It's easier for them to say, okay, cool, I may want to do an academy, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. Let me just focus on that path.
Yeah. Well, luckily for me, I'm used to using the CRM, but that CRM is very, it's kind of complex if you don't know about it, but it's very helpful. Yeah, I mean, I can't do without my CRM, and the fact that you can run funnels in it, and I mean, you could do everything in it. So I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying that right now, but
you can talk about whatever you want. Yeah, no, nothing's off. I mean, that's actually an optional thing, right? Not everyone signs up for the tax stuff. So, but that's fine, right? Because we do recommend people have something. If you're not going to use that, the benefit of using the way that we structured it is that, since we have this whole thing designed, it's really kind of plug and play, and anything you want to customize or have done, you can have done. So, but yeah, no, I mean, that's key. Where a lot of tax offices struggle, and it's going to translate to service bureaus as well, isn't just staying organized and staying on top of the follow-up, right? So we focus a lot on that in our calls. You mentioned, we do a lot of calls. We actually got a call coming up.
Yes.
Time of this recording, got a call coming up next week.
I was like, oh, here we go. It's time to get back.
I know you attended some of them. Any type of feedback or like experience or nuggets or anything that you want to share that you're like, hey, this was cool for me because of this? So
in the beginning, it wasn't a lot of people on the calls. And so I'm a person that, I'm kind of a one-on-one type person. I don't like a lot of people around. And so if I come in a room and I see like 30, 40 people, then I'm just probably exit, right? And I'll just contact support on my own time. But other than that, I don't have any complaints about it, because I understand the system. I understand why it's done that way. But maybe if it could be broken into more experienced versus you know,
Everybody.
people that are brand new, you know?
Yeah, that is something that we're already working on. So as things progress over this summer, and obviously there's gonna be new people coming in, they won't be able to see certain calls until they're at least at a certain stage.
Yeah.
Right. So part of the breaking out the information is, when do we invite to what? Right. That being said, hey, maybe they'll see it on the Facebook group, right? But they won't be able to join the call until they get the invite to that room at a future date. Exactly. So you picked up on all the stuff, all the improvements we're looking at. Anyway, how was your experience with our support? Do you feel you were able to get the help you needed?
Yes. I don't have any complaints. I mean, considering, you know, it was a lot going on, and I came in kind of late, and I probably was asking some questions over the same thing, and you're very patient, Beldeep. I appreciate it, but I could kind of tell, like, the side eye, like, lady, get it together. But no, it was great. I don't have any complaints, to be honest. I really don't.
We have the community, the Facebook group. Do you find any value in that? Any feedback on the Facebook group? Like, have you dove in there a lot or not?
I see some of the questions. Sometimes someone may ask the question that I'm thinking about, you know, and I just haven't asked yet. And then you guys always answer. So that's appreciated. You know, or someone else in the group will answer. So I did kind of find it actually useful, even though I wasn't in there a whole lot, but I still saw it, you know, when I logged on Facebook. So yeah.
So what are you excited about, or what are you looking forward to taking advantage of over the next couple of months?
So what I'm really, you really put something in my mind and told, you know, like you're doing this wrong, right? Because I have all these people working for me, which I kind of scaled back this year because I was, you know, I have a lot of liability. So now I'm looking forward to pretty much the same structure, but without the liability. So I have no problem with that part. I'm ready to just start offices, just start picking up offices. I've actually, I got my ebook ready. I got my webinar ready. I'm actually filming for my e-course right now, so I can get everything pushing at the same time. So I want to be, a lady came on, I heard her, I think she said she had 300 offices. And I said, I'm gonna beat her. I'm gonna get 500 offices. I'm just talking, but you know, I probably will try to do something like that. And I think I could do that with you guys. And I have one more thing, Beldeep, that I really did like, is that you guys have the marketing. The marketing is very, very important, you know, and I wasn't that great at it, you know. I tried, but it was too much going on. I had to just kind of focus on what I know works. But I know that social media marketing is where it is. So the fact that you guys cornered that and you talk about that, and you try to help people to, you know, teach people how to create Facebook ads and things like that, and how to work those ads, because it's kind of confusing. Yeah, you know, it is. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can waste a lot of money real quick and not get any results. So you guys really did walk everyone through that. Next year I'm going to be successful with it.
Ads is a hard thing to grasp in such a short time frame.
Yes.
Those are things that, you know, over time you get better at. What we like to focus on, and like when you went through like the marketing training on like the Service Bureau stuff, and a lot of people sometimes skip to the ads. Like, okay, I just want to do that. But we actually had this conversation with somebody the other day. You need to understand what you're selling. You need to understand your offers. You need to understand these things. And that's what we cover before we even talk about marketing. We have a ton on packaging and presenting and creating these things. Because if you don't know what you're selling and you just toss up some ads, you may get some phone calls, but you're not going to convert those into actual sales. Right? So we design it in a way so that, you know, that you do one step at a time. The ads is going to take a long time to master, right? There's always going to be different things going on. We got some cool things coming up in 2022 to help ease that burden too for some people. So,
some of us need it, because
it's not for everybody.
My strength.
It's not everyone's strength. So we got some stuff coming to help those that want to push forward on that front.
Mhm.
And there'll be guidelines and things that are required before we would do something like that. But
Right.
essentially, really just, I think a lot of people struggle with this. And I had this call with somebody yesterday, so it's fresh in my mind, is you need to be very clear on your packages and what you're selling. Otherwise, none of it's going to matter. So part of our calls going throughout the whole summer and all of that is going to be broken out into more probably like action type calls on specific things.
So with all that said, even though I wasn't that successful with my Facebook ads, but I went through all of the training, and you said something that I had never heard of before. Penny, what was it?
Penny wise, dollar foolish.
Yeah. So you know, and you talked about the referral stacking and all of that, and I did all of that, and my customers loved it. You know?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I mean, you know, we did commercials and put them all over everywhere that we could, and I mean, it actually, I think because I started so late, I didn't see exactly what I was looking for. But
Right.
This year I come in, I know that I will get, you know, more than what way more than what I got this year. But hey, I'm at almost now where I was at the end of season last year.
Nice. All right, so you're growing.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
growing. And
Just off of the
little things.
Yeah.
So there is a phrase that I say: small hinges swing big doors, right?
That's
so
right.
Sometimes in the trainings or what have you, and it's those little things that will make the big difference. So for sure. So any final words for anybody that's looking at joining or joining our Service Bureau Accelerator program?
I would say do it. It's something that will add to your business and add to your knowledge. And if you want to be a service bureau and you want to have offices under you, you have to have something to offer those people. And with your program, I believe that you give us a kind of a what do you call it? A lead, you know what I mean? In the market. So yeah, do it.